I'm Grop. Welcome back to the channel. This is Grop Life, and this is my 2024 Road Glide. Today, we're gonna go over the top 5 things that I love about this bike, and a couple things that I wish were better. Coming in at number 5 is the new suspension. With the Road Glides and Street Glides, they all got raised up an extra inch this year, and got that in the back with the new showy suspension. Way better than previous years, way better than my Road King. The only gripe I have about this suspension is, in order to adjust it all the way, you have to take this bag off and the other bag off to do both adjustments. But once you get your preload set up, then you can kind of adjust for the cargo. I just don't understand why Harley didn't put the adjustment on the outside of the bag like they did on the CVOs. It would have just, I know they saved things for the CVO, but that one would have just been nice. And they're supposed to be the same shock, so why couldn't we gotten the adjustment there? Overall though, this suspension gives an incredible ride on this motorcycle. Absorbs the bumps, you don't really feel a lot of it going down the highway. You just kind of glide, as the name suggests. This suspension is gonna stay with me for a while. I may upgrade to a Olin suspension at some point in the future, because I hear a lot of really great things about those. But for now, I'm gonna rock the stock suspension at least for like the next few months to a year. Then we'll see. Unless Olin's wants to hook me up with the suspension, then we'll go for it now. Just call me, Olin's. Number 4 on the list is Apple CarPlay. With new Apple CarPlay and having the big screen on the bike now, I don't get lost as much like I used to when I just had gauges and my GPS in my helmet, which I've always used my Cardo and just kind of gotten around like that. Having my Google Maps right up on the screen now and being able to kind of see a little bit ahead of where I'm going, little cheat code, use it when you're in the twisties and you can see what curves are coming ahead of you and be prepared for them. But having that just makes it super convenient. Google will still take you down dirt roads and lie to you and try and kill you. If you haven't watched my Teleco road video, put it up here somewhere, and yeah, watch me take this thing down a dirt road in the mountains with no notice. But having my maps here and being able to pull up my music and pull up audiobooks and podcasts while I'm going down the road makes long road trips go by a little bit quicker, especially when I'm just on the highway and it's not like, ooh, this is pretty scenery. It's just, I gotta get from A to B and I'm clocking out 600 miles that day. Put on an audiobook or switch between things easily without having to pull over or have a phone up on my bars is huge. And I love the way the screen looks. And having Apple CarPlay is just kind of insane to have it on a motorcycle. And that's why it's number 4 on the list. 3 on the list is the new seat and bars. Overall, the comfort of the bike. The ergonomics have changed so much to where when I rode one of the previous generation Road Glides for the first time, it didn't feel right. The handlebars were super down low and it just threw me all off. And then I got on a 23 CVO with this style on it and it felt amazing. But these bikes with new handlebars and what appear at first to be huge clusters for the buttons, they shrink really quickly over time. They're perfect for when you have gloves on and the buttons are all the right size where you feel everything. The ergonomics are better on how the buttons are laid out. They're all like dual direction switches to where you can turn the blinker on or the horn with one switch. Bringing the bars up, I usually change bars the first thing that I do, but these are comfortable and I'm having a hard time wanting to change bars. I keep looking at different T-bar setups and it seems like everybody's getting the thrashing bars, which no hate on the thrashing bars. I'm probably gonna get thrashing bars, but these are comfortable and the seat's comfortable, so why change it until it's not comfortable? I do need to sit on a bike with the thrashing bars and see how they feel, because I do like the way they look and want them, but on this bike, it's so comfortable. Like, I can go down the highway for, like I said, 600 miles in a day and get off the bike, take a break, and then want to get back on and go more. And that has a lot to do with how the handlebar is set up and the seat is. And even on the seat, this is more comfortable than the Saddleman seat that I had on my Road King. Hands down. It could be just a little bit farther back, which I may try out the tall boy seat next time I go to the dealership. But this bike feels so comfortable going down the road that I can't see why I'd want to change it. Number 2 on the list of what I love about this motorcycle is the 117 CI motor. The new redesign with the water-cooled heads, more horsepower. It sounds great. The bike moves. And then on top of that, you add in the ability to switch between ride modes, between rain mode, highway mode, and sport mode. And then you can also go in and customize a mode and turn sport mode and everything all the way up to the max, or turn it down or adjust it however you want. That's why it's a custom mode. You can also see more about that on a video I'll link up above where I go through on how all that works. But having those to switch, you get the feel of having multiple bikes when it's just one bike. And I love being able just to click the button quickly into sport, or from sport mode into automatic, or not automatic, but into custom mode, and have instant throttle response and just go. It's a huge improvement. The bike is, what's the phrase, smiles per gallon. I go through tanks of gas in this thing like crazy, but it's because I'm out having fun and riding the bike like crazy. The motor, it just gives me full confidence to be able to pass or get around anybody. Having the 117 with the water-cooled heads too also makes it to where I'm not worried in traffic anymore if I get stuck somewhere or if it's super hot like it has been here the last couple of months. Fans kick on. I'm not getting cooked as much as I would on my old bike with just the air cool and oil cool. So the 117 is a huge improvement. I cannot believe that it is the baseline for these touring bikes now, where a couple years ago when I bought my 107 Road King, you had to have a CVO or the STs to be able to get the 117. And now it's just, oh, this is what you get right out the box, and oh, it's more powerful than the old ones too. Like, this is a lot of bike for somebody, especially somebody who's not used to riding at all. That's a lot of bike. But we'll see what happens in the future with it. I have been eyeballing a 135 if I can figure out how to work that out. But hopefully we'll be going for the Screaming Eagle 511 cam in the coming months on this bike. I've been talking to the dealership about working something out there, and I'll keep you posted. We'll see what upgrades come for this bike, but stuff is coming. Just ran into some hurdles. All right, and finally, at number 1 on the list, my favorite things about this bike is the body redesign. The new fairing and the headlight are incredible. I never worry at night anymore. This headlight brightens up the road more than my car does. And the fairing deflects the air right around me. I get the air hitting me where I want, especially with the adjustability of the vents. It's a super comfortable bike. A lot of people have upgraded and got a taller windshield. I've been resisting because I like the way this windshield looks and don't like the really, really tall ones. But I still put down long days and it doesn't bother me. So we will see. I'm still waiting to see if a 9-inch Sport Flare comes from Clockworks or not. This fairing redesign, the body redesign, the new tank, I was iffy at it at first when they came out on the CVOs last year. And I think it really was just the colors of the CVOs just didn't do the body, or didn't do this body work that much justice. And when I finally saw one in black, I was like, oh, the body lines are really nice. This body design is a lot more aggressive than how they used to look, but it still holds all the same Harley features and iconic looks. Like, you can't look at the bike and say, oh no, that's not a Harley, despite what some people like to say about it looking like something else. I'm not mentioning that. But the redesign over this bike and the whole new era of Harley Davidson is great. This bike is amazing. I have very, very few gripes with it. I just want to be on it and ride it more and more and more. That's the only thing that this bike does, is make you want to go out and continue riding and explore and see new places. So I hope you've enjoyed this list of the top 5 things I've loved about this bike. Let me know down below in the comments what you love about the 24 Road Glide, what you don't like about the Road Glide, what you wish they had done, or improvements you think that Harley could have made. And if you've liked this video, go ahead and give me a like and a subscribe and tune in. There'll be more content similar to this. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.